Hello, amazing gems. How are you? Welcome back to Crowned Reflections. It's been a beautiful week. I missed y'all though, but it's been a very beautiful week. It's been an amazing month. I am so grateful for Glowtober because that's how I decided to enter this month, Glowtober. Glowtober is also the month that we started with Crown Reflections, Reclaiming Your Crown. That was episode 1. And we had a beautiful week to reflect on all of that. And yes, I'm so thankful. The week it was beautiful. It was beautiful, filled with so much reflection. It was filled with so much awareness. I even got to release certain parts of me that were still stuck in a loop. And while I was reflecting, everything just surfaced, and I was like, there it is. Because sometimes you're stuck in a loop, but you don't know in what loop you're stuck in. And when you're busy reflecting, it all comes to the surface. And I intentionally asked certain questions in the last week where I wanted answers on certain topics and certain events that happened in my life. And the way those answers came to me, my confirmations, it was a bliss. It was a bliss. I also worked on regulating my nervous system through breath work, and it is a game changer. It's really a game changer. I think I'm gonna make a guided breath work, compilation or audio for you guys, so that if you need to regulate your nervous system and you don't know how that the breathwork technique can work, you can always go to our page, click on the link, and just do what you need to do. Follow the instructions. I have been writing, and there are some beautiful gems that are coming your way. I am not going to say too much, but I'm busy creating a guide for you guys. You guys have the podcast, but I'm also busy creating a guide that with which you can do your own homework in your own safe space. And there are so much beautiful things coming. I am so proud of myself, and I'm so thankful that I took the step to really move. I'm on this journey where I speak less and I do more of what I want, and I stick to what I promise myself that I'm gonna do. So I'm really keeping my promises. I place myself on that pedestal. I'm honoring that pedestal. I'm honoring myself, and I'm really practicing what I share. Yes, I'm really practicing what I share. Everything I'm sharing with you guys, I already went through it, and I already did it, but I'm still doing it because this is an ongoing journey. It doesn't stop. It stops when you stop breathing, and when you stop breathing, that means you transition from this realm to another realm, and you're gonna keep on using these tools, but in different ways and in different stages of your life. This beautiful journey is literally like peeling back the layers and getting to know yourself better. I had a beautiful conversation with a friend of mine yesterday because she wanted some clarity on a certain dream she had, and it was so beautiful to see and experience how we were like really vibing, and the wisdom that I was sharing with her and the wisdom that she was sharing with me. She needed what I was sharing with her, and I needed what she was sharing with me. And due to her speaking out loud, she could understand more and more why she dreamt what she dreamt, because she could hear herself and the awareness kicked in. And that was such a beautiful experience. It baffles me every time, but I love the people that I have around me. I love my tribe. I love my inner circle. I literally always say this: my tribe is my spiral. I don't speak to them every day. I don't see them every day, but we know when to find each other. And my inner tribe is literally my inner circle, who I communicate with on a daily. I engage with them on a daily, and I'm so thankful that I got this. I got this tribe that's got me, and they find me when they need to find. We find each other when we need to find each other. I'm that low maintenance friend. I don't take things personally. Like, if you contact me because you need me, I don't mind that, because most of the time I'm in my own world, minding my business, doing my own stuff. If I get a message, okay, I need to contact you, I'm gonna contact you, but I'm not that friend that's gonna be 24/7 in your business. I'm not. So I'm thankful that they understand that. One of them even made a joke about it, that she saw a TikTok that reminded her of me, that you see me 2 times a year. That's not true, but I love the fact that my people love me for who I am, and I love them for who they are. We need to start loving our people for who they are and not for who we want them to be. And if you find that they don't fit within your dynamic, then remove yourself from those people, because it's not up to us to decide what journey our friends or family members should be living. We do not know what has been laid away for them, and if we love them for their authentic self, then trust that they will do what's good for them. That is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in the last week, because I was going through something and I was seeing somebody in a certain light, and I needed to correct myself on that, because that was not my place nor my position to judge like that and to go about it like that. Of course, we want the best for our people, but sometimes in wanting the best for our people, we become very judgmental and we become the very thing that we actually despise. And having those type of reflection is being human. It's taking accountability for your own BS and working on that. So with that being said, my week was beautiful. It was beautiful, flaws and all, and it was very defined. I got to see sides of myself where I was like, okay, that's where I need to work on. This is what I'm loving. And this still needs a bit tweaking, but we're getting there. Yeah, I got a bit of the sniffles. My apologies for that. Glowtober has been a month of reclaiming my crown. And I know what you're going to say, but yes, I'm a defined queen and I know that. You are a defined queen and you know that. But sometimes we do need to reclaim our crown over and over again. October has been a very difficult month for me for the past 3 years due to me experiencing certain things. I wouldn't call them traumatic because it was not that bad, but it still did a lot of damage to my nervous system. And I decided to reclaim my crown in this month. I decided to start this podcast within this month, and that was the most powerful thing I could ever done for myself. And I decided to dedicate this October and call it Glowtober, because this is the month where we reclaim our glow back. We work on our inner world so our glow can, do its thing. And I'm thankful that I did that. I'm thankful that you guys are on this journey with me. 11-11 alignment. I love it. And I'm grateful that I get to share this with you guys. And I told you from the start, I'm raw, I'm not with aesthetics. So sometimes you're going to hear me cry. Sometimes you're going to hear me emotional. My voice is going to crack. I'm going to maybe say, make vocabulary, I don't know, like I can say a word in the wrong way because yes, English is not my native language. Dutch is the main language that they speak in my country, and my native language is Sranantongo. And if I was about to speak Sranantongo, you guys would not understand me, so bear with me. But this is as raw as it gets. I'm also giving you guys glimpses and bits of my inner world and my own world, what's happening within it. Because if you're going to be your authentic self and you're going to share a journey that it's spiritual and that's going to help people, you got to put yourself out there. But you choose and pick what you put out there, what they need and what they can benefit from. With that being said, I do not have a name yet for November, but I do know that we're starting this podcast on the 30th of October, but we're going to continue with it in November. And what a great way to start the podcast, to continue the podcast, correction, because it's already started. And we're starting with episode 2, Embracing the Queen's Shadow. And embracing the Queen's Shadow is about shadow work. And I know a lot of people do not like shadow work because shadow work is up front and center and no BS. And November is a month that has been a dark page within my life for 10 years. 10 years ago, breathe, baby girl, you got this. 10 years ago, I was in a car accident. It was, I think, a Saturday night. And me and my best friend and another friend of mine, we decided to go to a party. More people were going to come, but they couldn't. So we went to the party, and the road to the party, it had sand on it, and the road was a bit bad. There were a lot of things going on, and I don't know how to explain it in English, but the road was bad. So we went to the party, we had fun. But my best friend, she was not herself, and I kept trying to cheer her up because I know she was going through something. And of course, we had a couple of beers, we had fun there, and we were gonna leave the party early because I had a meeting with a DJ for Promo Girls. So we were about to leave, and it was her car. And I remember it like it was yesterday. She stood in front of the car and she hugged me, and she told me, "Thank you for everything. Thank you for never judging me, and thank you for being a real friend." She hugged me, and then she gave me a kiss on the cheeks, and she went to sit in the back of the car. And I told her, "Why are you sitting in the back of the car?" She's like, "I'm a bit tired, so you can ride." I was like, "Okay." My other friend was going to sit in the back, and I was like, "I'm not riding a taxi, so somebody better come sit in the front." So she went and sat in the front. We were riding, but the road had, we call it ribbals in the middle of the road. That's when, I don't know how you call it in English, I cannot get the word, but anyhow, ribbals. And you had like thick sand beside on both sides. And the thick sand, while we were riding, because I couldn't ride hard because of the bubbles on the road. The thick sand got in between the tires, and I could not control the steering wheel anymore. So I lost control of the steering wheel, and it's like the car was going like from left to right. And in that moment, I was trying to like hit the brakes, but because I was panicking, I hit the gas instead of the brakes. The car went over. I don't know how many times the car went over, but I had my seatbelt on. My best friend in the back did not have her seatbelt on, and the other friend of mine did not have her seatbelt on. And while the car was flipping over, we hit one of the street lights, and we ended up in somebody's yard, but the car was upside down. So all I remember was me being the first person to like snap out of it, seeing that my arm was broken, hanging upside down, and seeing my other friend on the ground, but she wasn't moving. So I started kicking her, and I started screaming their names. My best friend was unconscious, and I could only hear her like, I couldn't hear her at first, so I started panicking and I started screaming, and then she started making a noise, but she was still unconscious. My other friend that was sitting beside me, because she was on the ground, I kicked her so hard, and she woke up. She snapped out of it, and I told her to get help, and it all went fast. It all went by so fast, and all I could remember is me thinking, please let her live, please let her live. Like, I wasn't even concerned about my body. I wasn't even concerned about anything. And long story short, my best friend was in a coma for 2 weeks, and she died after 2 weeks. So me having to deal with the death of my best friend, it also being pinned on me, because of course the dad has to have somebody that did it, and having a broken arm, and everybody who knows me, I work with my arms. So I went through hell and back. I hit rock bottom. I vanished from the earth. Nobody could find me. Nobody could reach me. Only the people that were around me. And even to them, I became a monster, because I started believing a lot of projections from outside of me. I started seeing myself as what people were portraying me, knowing good and well that it was never my intention to go to a party and to kill my best friend. Who the fuck would do that? Seeing the signs that my best friend was actually, she already told me that she was about to go, but I didn't know how. We didn't know how and why. But she was actually, we had a lot of conversations leading up to that day where she would tell me like, you know what, I'm tired and I'm done with this world. I'm not gonna kill myself, but if God takes me, don't worry about it, you know? And it has been a very tough journey. Healing, forgiving myself, seeing it for what it is, and really letting go. But one thing I can say, I had her every step of the way. Like, most people cannot even understand how powerful that journey has been for me, and how she's been with me every step of the way. And I know where she is. I know that she's good. I know that she's slaying it at being an ancestor, and I'm freaking proud of her as she is of me. And this month I get to end this cycle of grief, of sadness, of blame, of becoming something that the world has projected onto me, which I'm not. Of releasing that part and releasing that hurt and pain that came with that, and seeing it for what it is and accepting it for what it is. And that's why I also chose to do episode 2 of embracing the Queen's shadow, because your shadow is literally that phase, that dark phase that you're gonna face after a traumatic event. You're gonna see so much anger, hurt, and cruelness within yourself, but also the projections from outside, the outside world that manifest within your inner world, that you do use, that you soak up, that you make your own. And the shadow space can be dark, it can be cold, it can be painful, it can be up in your face, and it mostly leads to depression if you do not work with it accordingly, if you do not understand it, if you do not embrace it instead of trying to erase it, because the shadow has its purpose, just like the ego. And in this episode, which has 3 parts as well, we're gonna take a deep dive into what shadow work actually is, what the shadow actually is, how to navigate through the shadows period, and how to embrace your shadow and how to work with your shadow, because it's not a bad space nor stage to be in. It's actually the best stage to be in, because in that stage you're gonna learn a lot about yourself. A lot of layers are gonna be peeled back. You know, some skeletons might come up from the past that you thought you buried, but baby girl, it's not up to you to bury them. It's up to you to face them. It's up to you to deal with them so that you can release them in peace. And when you have peace with that part of your shadow, that I wouldn't say part of your shadow. When you have peace with your shadow, you understand your shadow, you embrace your shadow. Trust me, navigating life becomes a bliss. It becomes a bliss. And this is coming from somebody that has been doing shadow work for 10 years straight. I've dealt with a lot of loss. I have lost 2 babies in this past 10 years. So grief has been a theme that I have been surrounded by, I have been consumed by, I have been experiencing it. Even lost family members that were dearly to me, friends and everything. So we're also going to take a deep dive within grief. You're going to get tools. You're going to get methods. And at the end of this episode, I am sure that you won't be afraid of yourself anymore. Because we're sometimes so afraid of ourselves, and all layers of you deserve love. They deserve kindness. They deserve grace. So with me sharing all of this with you guys, I am literally just trying to make you guys see how important shadow work is. We all want to run and manifest. Manifesting is easy. It's easy, like it's just easy. And manifesting is instant. But manifesting comes with inner work. And you can do so many, you can recite so many affirmations. You can listen to the rampages, you can listen to the binaural beats, the frequencies. You can do so many manifestation methods, but if you don't do the inner work, if you don't do your shadow work, you're gonna manifest though, but you're gonna manifest it with all the turmoil, all the inner chaos. Everything is gonna manifest in your outer world, in your reality. So manifestation is as easy as, and we're gonna talk about manifestation, but we're first things first, we're gonna face our shadow. We're going to clean up, we're going to clear out, we're going to embrace, we're going to balance, and we're going to align before we're going to do all of that. And crown reflection is literally about understanding yourself. And that's why I also choose to make it an audio and not a video where you see me, because I really want you to listen to the words. I want you to listen to the wisdom that is being presented to you. I want you to take it in. I want you to use it accordingly. And I really want these episodes to shift your mind, to shift your inner world in a positive way, so that the reality you desire, that beautiful reality you desire, that it can come into fruition. I'm not going to make it long, because this is literally the introduction of shadow work, what it is, what it stands for. And in our next part of episode 2, we're going to take a deep dive. So for that next part, I'm going to need you guys to have a pen, a notebook, a glass of water, tissues, and if you can light an incense, do it. If you find a comfortable spot to listen to it, because it might get very emotional, it might get intense. So I am preparing you guys for the deep dive of embracing the Queen's shadow. I'm gonna still make it a balance of both, and I'm gonna make it digestible for you guys. I'm also working on a guide for episodes I'm actually working on a guide for all the episodes, but when it's done, it's gonna be available. Yes, for those who are dealing with stuck energy, for those who need recharging, for those who need that extra boost, I have something for you guys. We decided to collaborate with Dyamantifolo's holistic massage practice, and for Glowtober we made 3 packages. We made 3 beautiful packages for Glowtober, and if you want to enjoy one of these packages, you can contact Dyamantifolo's holistic massage practice at 8511-957. 8511-957. You can also find Dyamantifolo on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and you will see all the packages there. Yes, purchase one of these packages. Check them out. They're amazing. And yes, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take time to really take a break and take care of yourself, your mind, your body, your soul, because if you do not do it, it will take a break for you, and not at a convenient time. Trust me. This was it for episode 2, Embracing the Queen's Shadow, part 1. All I can say is I'm thankful for you guys. I'm appreciative, and I love you guys. Take good care of yourself.